Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy DuckyTheGamer back again with another video. Now for today's video, I am going to be giving you guys every single tip, trick, a little bit of piece of knowledge that I know on how you guys can learn how to crosshair edit and become really efficient with it. So I think crosshair editing, I think it was the update 7.4, so it's been in the game for almost a season now, or a little bit over a season, and I haven't made a video yet on this because really personally, I didn't think I fully understood crosshair editing. I was okay with it, not amazing with it, but over time, over this past season, I've only been using crosshair editing instead of editing with your finger, and because of that, I really understand crosshair editing, and I think I can give you guys a lot of tips and tricks on how to practice it and get better with it, or at least just give you guys a general idea of how it works. So if you guys don't know what crosshair editing is, it's basically how PC and console players have been editing since the beginning of Fortnite. They simply use their crosshair to look at the different tiles to edit them. Mobile players, before crosshair editing was added, we had to use our fingers on the touchscreen, drag all the way across our screens for an edit. And since I play on an iPad Pro, it's an 11-inch screen, so it's a lot of dragging if I'm going to do a simple edit. So this is much faster and quicker for me. I know a lot of people still do use touch editing, but for the people who want to learn crosshair editing, then this is the video you guys need to watch. Now, I'm going to be starting off this video in probably the place that matters most. Like, if you guys are going to pay attention to any part of this video, you should probably pay attention to this part right here. Now, this is obviously the heads-up display editor. Everyone is familiar with it or knows what's going on with it, but people don't really know how to set up crosshair editing. My heads-up display looks a little bit crazy right now, and I know it is. There's a few of these buttons that I don't even use, and they're just on there for some reason. So the only two buttons that I'm going to be focusing on for the first part of the video is the first edit button over here, which is on the left. And the way you guys can tell which edit button you're looking at is if you open up the menu on the right hand side, the top right hand corner, it will say edit. As you can see, it says the hamster, toggle, grapple, and then you have all these different buttons, your move stick. So you can tell what button it is by opening the right hand side and then clicking on the item and selecting the item and then seeing the name. So the other button I'm going to be focusing on, if I could select it, I'm actually just going to move out these buttons, is this one. It is the targeted edit. This is the magical button that makes everything work with crosshair editing. So I'm just going to recommend you guys copy my setup in terms of the element visibility. I have on editing basically open all the time, besides for creative, but it doesn't really matter too much. So combat, build, and edit mode have all of these green, and so that means whenever you guys are walking around, you don't even have to have your builds out, and you can just press the edit button. It'll edit your structures, and you can just do that. A lot of people still ask me to this day how I get my edit button to always be there, so that is exactly how. Have the first three green, and then I guess the last one have it on blue or green. It's really up to you. And then when it comes to targeted editing, this really should only be like I have it, blue, blue, green, blue, because I think if you have all green, then it's going to show up even when you're not in the edit mode. It's kind of confusing, but I haven't touched this at all, and it works absolutely perfect for me. It's the way it should be. So now that you have your element of visibility stuff set up, when it comes to just putting these, somewhere on your heads-up display where you're comfortable, I have it where my left pointer finger touches the edit button, and then my right pointer finger holds the targeted edit button down to actually edit the structure. And if you don't even know what I'm talking about, then do not worry. I'm about to go into creative to actually describe how it works, and then maybe you guys from here can get a better idea of how to position your heads-up display. Alright guys, so as you can see, I'm in my creative mode. Nothing is fancy about this. So all I'm going to do right now is describe how crosshair editing works. If you already know how it works, then you can skip ahead to this point in time on the screen right here where I actually go into detail of how you could practice crosshair editing to become advanced at it. So basically, what crosshair editing is, like I said, instead of using your finger to drag and click all these random tiles, you can use the targeted edit button, hold it down, and it will edit the tiles for you as you look at them. So how to do this? Once again, press the edit button that is always on your screen because of the visibility that we just messed with. Press it looking at one of your builds, and this is where people I think get confused. To edit your tiles without touching them, you need to hold down the targeted editing button. As you can see, it is gray. I would have a hand cam for this video, but it doesn't matter because once I'm pressing down a button, it turns gray. So as you can see, I'm holding down the button, I'm looking at the tile, and as soon as the little box gets over the tile, that is when it becomes edited. So as long as you're holding it down, it will edit the tile, and you should be able to confirm any sort of edit. So there is a simple edit right there. Boom. Then once you've got your edit that you want to confirm, just click the original edit button. For mine, it's on the left. It'll be a check mark, so boom, click the check mark and you should be good to go. I use this thing where I can reset my edit. This button right here is super nice. This is my element of visibility. Once again, I guess just copy it if you want to. It'll set... It's the little 180 arrow. This is edit reset in the top right hand corner. This is basically edit reset. If you do an edit, you open up editing back, you click the button once, it will reset all the tiles so you could do stuff really fast like this without having to actually re-drag over the tiles, and click them. So that's basically how crosshair editing works. Step 1, press the edit button that actually puts you into edit mode. Step 2, click and hold and also look at the tiles that you want to edit. Once you've done this, release the button, the targeted editing button, and then click your edit button once again. And then if you want to reset the edit, go back into edit mode, click the reset, and you're good to go. Now, this is going to take quite a while for you guys to get used to it. For me to become really good at it like this, I'm still getting better every single day. When it comes to editing, I'm not perfect by any means, but I definitely have improved since I started editing. With a lot of things in Fortnite, practice makes perfect, and so that is exactly what I'm about to do, guys. I'm going to show you guys exactly how I practice crosshair editing and how you guys can too. So the way that I practice crosshair editing is with TSM Slappy's edit course V2. I'm not going to read out the code because you can literally see it. I'll try to put it in the description if you guys want to copy and paste it. But this edit course is by far the best edit course I've ever used. It is simple. It is to the point, and for me as a mobile player, I could do it without feeling overwhelmed. There's a lot of edits in there that are practical. Some edit courses like Mongrels, there's a lot of weird and I would say irrelevant edits that are just there for, to show off and to flex your skills. So this edit course is literally just, it's a straight up practice. I've used it, probably for a good month and a half now, 2 months, and it is probably the main reason that I am as good as editing as I am. So shout out to Slappy. I'll leave a link to him, to his Twitch, his YouTube down in the description if you want to check him out. All right, guys, so what I'm going to be doing right here is sort of going through my routine as to how I practice my crosshair edits. I'm going to be going really fast through this editing course, so there will be a video tutorial in the description made by somebody else as to how you actually do this. You could follow along and maybe break it down step by step, but I'm gonna be freaking zooming through this, and basically I've over the, like I said, past month or two, have basically just practiced this edit course every single stream, every single day, to the point where I feel really comfortable doing it, and I use a lot of these edits in my day-to-day gameplay. I might be a little bit rusty. And so, really, like I said before, editing, you can, practice your builds and you can practice your shotgun aim or your aim or stuff like that. But the one thing that I've really noticed that is practice makes perfect is freaking editing. Editing, for some reason, is so practice-oriented that if you don't practice your editing, you're never going to get good at it. If you don't edit in games, you're never going to get good at it. You have to build every single game, and so I guess you're just going to get better over time. But editing is one of those things you have to kind of force yourself to get good at it, or to at least practice it. And for me, editing, I see a lot of the best PC players in the world, whipping out edits on their opponents. It really just makes the game more fun if you can outskill your players with builds, and then to, one-up them again with the edits. Why can't I freaking do this, dude? So I don't think I'm ever going to have editing perfected. That's why I still practice this edit course every single day. Like I said, there's a lot of room for error in editing. And so that's why trying to get it down perfect, muscle memory, all that stuff is very important. And a lot of these things as well, like this jump right here, I doubt many of you guys are even doing this jump in a game. I don't even do this jump, but it is just good to practice a wide variety of different techniques in Fortnite, just in case you do ever decide to, whip out that side cone jump in a game. These are infinite 90s. I don't ever use these in games, but they are really nice to know how to do. I have done them occasionally. Like if I'm just going really high up in the sky for like a trick shot tower or something like that, I will do them. Bro, why is this? Oh, it's my edit button stuff again. Ooh, that was so spicy, bro. What the heck? That's what I'm saying, guys. If you practice these edits and you really just put a lot of time and effort to them, you're gonna get good at them. I've a month into this, 2 months into this, I'm this good. I've almost peaked, I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna get worse at editing, but I'm not sure how much better I can get. I have a lot of things down to really good muscle memory and really good timing and stuff like that. So if you like I said, if you do want to hopefully get I'm not gonna say as good as me, that sounds so like that sounds so arrogant, but if you do want to get really good at crosshair editing, then I would, like I said, highly recommend the TSM Slappy edit course. It is my favorite edit course in the entire world. I will probably keep playing this until I make my own edit course. And that's something I also want to touch on, guys, for a quick second. I do plan on making my own edit course for Fortnite mobile players only within the next probably few weeks or so. So keep on the lookout for that. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. I really did my best to go as in-depth as possible when it came to a lot of these things. It really is tough. You know, I just play this game a lot. And when I mean a lot. Like, it's my job to play this game and to make content and to be good. So if you guys are just casual players and you want to just get good at editing to the point where, you could be your friend in a 1v1 or something like that, then it is completely fine to not go as super try-hard mode as I did. Hopefully, you at least just learn how to crosshair edit in general, because a lot of people, like I said, were very confused as to how everything worked out with crosshair editing to begin with. But especially ever since the mobile and Switch crossover, I have seen a big, need for editing. Before I could do very basic, simple builds and very basic edits, but there's been a big increase in build battles, like I said, since the whole mobile and Switch crossover. So editing and building, all of that, I've been having to practice that much more. So like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you go and drop a like and subscribe while I'm absolutely just cranking these 90s. And don't forget to use code Ducky in the item shop if you do want to support me, or if you did learn something from this tutorial. But if you guys do have any more, tutorials or things you want me to make a video on, like how to get better at building or something like that, I've already made a few videos, but I definitely can I definitely can go over the subject again. Then feel free to let me know in the comments section below. I'd greatly appreciate that. But other than that, it's been your boy DuckyTheGamer, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.